want to say anything. But Ben, you're gonna need a walkie. Remember that. Are we live on that?
Can I plug just this in?
Yeah, yeah.
And that'll work?
Should.
Talk.
Alright, is that good?
Yeah, you're live.
Cool. So we'll go live on LTR and then.
At this time, we'd like to please stand, remove your hat, and direct your attention to the north end of the stadium while our 13-year-old singer and songwriter, Gabriel Kolia, sings our national anthem, Fly Before You.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's flash.
All right, well, welcome in to Luke Kellogg Stadium here on the campus of Regis Jesuit High School. Andrew Nadera here with you on both Lacrosse Talk Radio and the Cherry Creek Sports Network. It's going to be a good one here today, folks. This rivalry is the most storied and, in my humble opinion, the best that we have in the sport of lacrosse in the state of Colorado. It's number 1, Cherry Creek, versus number 6, Regis Jesuit. The new rankings came out today, and honestly, this is the lowest Regis has been in a while. They're at number 6. Normally, they're at number 1, quite frankly, and that's all thanks to one tiny loss to Arapahoe last week. As for Cherry Creek, they're number 1 because of that same Regis loss. They were at number 2 until Regis fell. Here we go. Facing off today will be Joe Castle for the Regis Raiders and Luke Rios for the Bruins. And we're off from Lou Kellogg Stadium. Bruins will control it from behind is Jack Ringhofer. Ringhofer up to Van Duzen. Van Duzen now to Castle. Castle all the way over to Babcock as Regis is working it around. With it is O'Shaughnessy. The pass to Babcock hits the turf. Taylor will come up with it cleanly for the Regis Jesuit Raiders. 10:46 left here in the opening quarter. Your score still deadlocked at 0-0 for those just joining us. We thank you for being here with us on both Lacrosse Talk Radio and the Cherry Creek Sports Network for the greatest rivalry in boys lacrosse. With it is Jack Ringhofer from behind. Ringhofer over to Van Duzen. Van Duzen even at GLE. Will take it back behind the cage. Work it over to Castle. Joe Castle with it now. Castle being pressured by Terrell. Castle works it back, and Regis will use some quick ball movement to work it up top to Bo O'Shaughnessy. Now down the left side is Babcock. Fires one. Goes wide. Regis will have the backup. Still Regis' possession. Now with it is O'Shaughnessy. Now Castle. Now back to O'Shaughnessy on this near side. O'Shaughnessy finds Castle up top. Now far side. We're with Jake Taylor. Up top to Brendan Ford. Brendan Ford will dance around the top of the box. Try to get some space before he takes a pick. Has some room on the right side, but instead will roll back, push it out, and look for some help, which he doesn't have, so he'll go on the right side now. Attacking, kind of, but now he has it back behind. The pick from Burke gives him just a little bit of space. Now the roll. Burke has it back behind. Burke gets the pick from Ford. Burke has it, fires a shot, but that's going to be a moving pick called on Brendan Ford. So it'll be Regis Jesuit ball. We have 8:35 left here in quarter number one. Again, we thank you for joining us here on Lacrosse Talk Radio and the Cherry Creek Sports Network, our simulcast that you are watching or listening to. Now with it, down the right side is Rizzi. Rizzi works it over to his attackman on the far side. That's number 6, Jack Ringhofer. Ringhofer has some space, fires one. Ooh, man, and that one would have gotten past Naaman just because of how much pepper it had on it, but it was wide right. Cherry Creek able to get the pick. Nice pick there from number 21. That's Carson Smale. Smale up the right sideline, able to just flick it out before he gets pushed out of bounds. Saved there by John Adams. Adams, oh, nope, Regis ball, sorry. Regis has it, going the other way with it. Jake Taylor has it now. Taylor, space in the middle. Taylor with some room, fires a behind-the-back shot, kind of. That goes wide left. Regis ball back behind. We have 7:41 left here in the first quarter. Regis and Creek. They've met in the state championship 4 times before. They meet in the regular season virtually every year. Another bad pass, and that's how this Regis possession is going to end for a second time. So we're still deadlocked at 0-0. Regis Jesuit came into this game 3-3 their record. Cherry Creek 7-0. Cherry Creek and Valor Christian are the only 2 undefeated teams left in the state. The Bruins will look to keep it that way here today, while Regis will try to hand them their first loss. Dante Orlando has it. Now they work it down the sideline to Olsen. Olsen back behind to Burke. Aiden Burke leads the team in goals. He dishes up top to Gabe Minicini. Minicini finds Stein. Teams bouncing around. Now we have Stein up top. Maurice Stein will take it. Fakes going toward the middle, instead takes the right side. Stein has some room, but instead dishes it back behind to Burke. Burke over to Minicini. Minicini up to Terrell. Terrell keeps it for a little bit, jogging around up above the box before dishing it off to Dante Orlando. Orlando down the right side, has some room to shoot, but they were on his hands, so he'll go ahead and dish it off to Olsen. Olsen up top to Terrell. Connor Terrell rolling around. Both teams really not giving an inch defensively. Terrell takes the right side, fires one. Nice save there by Philip Wild, and Regis will take it the other way. So here we go. With it is Reed Babcock. Babcock being pressured there by Minicini. Babcock has to make it all the way down the field pass with space. Oh man, Alec Breeden fired that one. He just couldn't get it on cage. So we have 5:53 left. Looks like they're going to get an illegal procedure, maybe a substitution call on Regis, so Cherry Creek will take it the other way. They skip past it. Taking it up top is Wuthrick. Tyler Wuthrick's been on the team since his freshman year, 4-year varsity guy. I don't want to say starter, but he started most years, I can tell you that. With it now is Minicini, another 4-year guy. Works it over to number 20. That's Huntley Barker. Barker down the right side. Can't find anything there off the swim dodge. He was working on number 22. That was Donald Ross. We're up top now with 19, Declan Atwell. Atwell passes back behind. Another quick pass with Minicini near side, even with GLE. Minicini working, gets checked from behind. Coming up with the ball is number 24, Nick Lippert. Lippert gets rid of it quickly. Oh, and man, and he's pushed to the ground. Cherry Creek ball. Aiden Burke with it back behind, as Cherry Creek will try to continue what technically will be 2 possessions, but is really just one big one. Atwell over to 24. That's Gunnar Helm. Minicini with it now. They work it to Burke. Burke has some space, able to dodge, sweeping across the middle, right into the stick of Philip Wild. Goes Burke's shot. Wild gets his second save of the day. Pass goes out of bounds. It'll be Cherry Creek ball. They'll take it back into their offensive end as we have 4:28 left here in the first quarter. We are deadlocked at 0-0. These two teams battling it out. Atwell has it. They get the call from the sideline. We'll see what Cherry Creek can do. Atwell dancing around back behind the cage. Goes to his right, curls up top, dishes to Helm. Helm rolling around, firing one again right into the stick of Wilds. Wilds comes up with another big save here for Regis. He's standing on his head right now, folks. Regis trying to get on the board first here. They'll have a possession to do that, but of course on the clear they throw it away. This was their issue against Valor Christian. They couldn't clear the ball, and it has shown up again today. Minicini quickly taking it the other way. Check behind at the last minute as that ball will fly out of bounds. So Regis Jesuit will actually have the backup. They'll work it to Castle and try to clear again here. Castle easily gets it over the midline. He'll get a touch in the box here, and Regis will start their offensive possession. You can see the picturesque Colorado mountains in the background of this one. I got to say, I always love coming to Regis Jesuit, which I know might sound weird as a Cherry Creek Sports Network guy, but although there are rivals, I will say that this is my favorite place to broadcast in terms of the scenery. I'll give them that. We're up top with O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy taking it down the right side. Right alley, nothing there. Quick passes to Van Dusen. Now we're on the far side with Ringhofer. Ringhofer up top to Babcock. I know I feel like I'm talking fast, but that's the pace that these two teams play at here. Ball movement has been stellar from both teams. You can see them just whipping around right now. They have it on the far side with Ringhofer. One pass up top. We're with O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy trying to get some room against number 30. That was Mac Till. Reed Babcock fires one. Saved by Chandler Naiman. Regis is saying that thing went in. We don't have review or replay in this, so. Man down on the turf. We'll see if we can get a number on that one. Regis trainers will run out. Number 7, ooh, that is Bo O'Shaughnessy. Looks to be something with his left arm. He's favoring his right one for sure. You see O'Shaughnessy there walking out, meeting the trainers at about the 20-yard line. Good to see him walking off on his own power. So it'll be Cherry Creek ball. They'll start with it and try to clear it up. John Adams has it for the Bruins. Man, it's getting bright. I'm going to need some sunglasses. We're going to try to get our main camera to zoom just a little bit to give you a better shot. With it now is Maury Stein. Stein back behind. Maybe that'll get rid of some of the sun glare there for you. Maury Stein. His pass/shot hits the turf, easily picked up by Henry Olson. Olson finds Burke. Now Burke on the far side. Burke will take it behind and pass it up to number 8, Maury Stein. Stein shot, finds the back of the net, and Cherry Creek is on the board for the first time today. Your score, Cherry Creek 1, Regis Jesuit nothing. To all of you joining us here on CCSN, we thank you for joining us on quite the beautiful day here in Colorado. We reached the 60s, I think, today. Nice April day. For all of you joining us on the Lacrosse Talk radio side of things, I know you can't see any of the scenery, but I promise you it's pretty great. Come out here for a game, and you'll see why. With it now, though, on the far side will be Carson Smale. Smale, Olson, now we're, behind the back shot there from the Cherry Creek long pole. Did that? No, that went out of bounds. So Regis Jesuit will take it up the field. They get it clear with Alec Breeden. Breeden, the captain, takes it back behind, works it over to Ringhofer. Now we're up top with Reed Babcock. Babcock going to take it down the left side. Nothing there. Passes back behind to Ringhofer, who I believe that's the second time today that ball's flown over his head. So Cherry Creek will take over off of the turnover. Coach Soren, you saw it there, and maybe you even heard it. And welcome back to Lou Kellogg Stadium. Your score, 1-0, Cherry Creek in favor of the home Regis Jesuit Raiders. Thanks for joining us, Andrew Anadera alongside, oh wait, no, it's just me today. I'm so used to saying that. But we do have a nice crew of 3 cameras and a director, as well as a sideline reporter. So I guess I'll say alongside Austin Ford, our sideline reporter. We're just about set for quarter number 2 from Lou Kellogg Stadium. Rios against Castle. Rios wins the clamp easily, gets it Over to Carson Smale, who will take it down. Cherry Creek will have the first possession of this quarter. Again, a tight one here. 1-0. The Bruins leading the Raiders. With it is Stein. Maury Stein will waltz back behind. He'll try to put some work on Nick Warda. Stein again with it for the Bruins as Terrell runs in from the bench. Lots of Cherry Creek offense this season has worked through Terrell and Olsen, so watch them. But with it now is Stein. Stein fires a shot that Wild comes up with a big save on. Regis Jesuit will start the clear. Warda started it. Now works it back to the long pole, who will just try to bull dodge it across. Ball pops out. Gonna go the way of the Bruins, and the Cherry Creek faithful loving that one. So we'll see. Bruins will be told where to inbound it by the referee. Dante Orlando will take it in. Nice dodge there. Dante's able to split the double team. Orlando taking it down. Gonna sweep across the middle. Still with Orlando. Orlando finally passes it back behind to Olsen. Olsen, crossfield pass to Smale. No, that was Burke, excuse me. 2 quick passes. And we're up top once again with Dante Orlando. Orlando down the right side. Picks up the slide. Forced to roll back. Bad pass, but Terrell will save it. So Connor Terrell will take it. Looks like he'll take the dodge at least. Yep. Nice change of speed. Gives him a little bit of space on the right alley, but instead he dishes back behind to Burke. Burke finds Minicini. Minicini draws the double. Able to split it. Oh, and that's going to draw a big flag there. That was contact to the head neck area, but we'll see if they call it that. Could just be a slash, honestly. Oh, they're actually going to call it a hold, I think. Let's get the call. Well, Austin Ford forgot he has a different job today. So that's a 30-second technical for holding on Regis Jesuit. Penalty is on number 36, Vinny Mata. They work it up top to Orlando. Bruins working it around. With it is Minicini. Minicini over to Olsen. Olsen. Quick pass to Terrell. Wilds comes up with the save, and then another save off the rebound. Ball bouncing around. Yeah, those saves will get this crowd pumped up. Cherry Creek ball still, though. All even. As Minicini rips one. Another save, Philip Wilds. Guys, I know I said this before, but he is standing on his head today in goal. This is like a Dylan Ward-esque performance. The quick clear, Regis will have numbers, but they'll go ahead and slow it down. Wisely look for their first goal wherever they can get it. They work it behind. Oh, but that one to Ringhofer again thrown away. Something about passes to Ringhofer, and honestly, it's not even Ringhofer's fault. But Regis will come up with it. Ringhofer has it back behind. Work it up top to Joe Castle. Castle over to Reed Babcock. Babcock, his pass, he can't handle it. Mac Willis, though, tried to pick up the ground ball, but couldn't quite come up with it, so Regis will keep possession. They work it back to Ringhofer back behind. Now we're up top with Joe Castle. Castle over to Alec Breeden. Breeden down the right side. Decides not to shoot. Instead, they work it quick passing. We're up to Jake Taylor. Taylor rolls around, able to get past his defender. Little shovel pass over to Ringhofer. Back to Taylor. Taylor rips one. That one goes wide, although it looked like Naaman had it covered. Cherry Creek looking to keep Regis from scoring as best they can. With it is Joe Castle. Castle Nothing there. Now he rips one, but Regis just is having a really hard time getting anything on cage today. They're taking some nice shots, but they're flying wide. Love to see what the coaches had to say about this matchup. Our Austin Ford will get halftime interviews. We'll have the leading coach before they head into the locker room and the trailing coach coming out of the locker room. We found it works better to let the coach whose team is trailing talk to his team before they talk to us. With it is Babcock. Babcock fires one that bounces back behind. Babcock was just a step off the crease on that one. Oh, no, space for Regis. Yup, and they're going to take advantage. With it, I believe, well, we'll just see who they credit it to. Yep, they're going to give it to number 28, Will McFadden. He's listed as a defenseman. That's what got me confused. You can see him there. McFadden with the goal. And that knocks us up at 1 apiece. 7:15 left, and McFadden on that one was able to just, in kind of an uneven situation there, get Cherry Creek off guard. And he took advantage by finding as much green as he could and just running to it toward the cage. Rios working on Castle on the ensuing faceoff. Rios wins it cleanly. Now gets it back actually to Carson Smale, that is. Smale back behind to Burke. Cherry Creek will work it around. They work it up to Declan Atwell. Atwell going to do his best to work it around. Now we're up top to Huntley Barker. Cherry Creek's second lines have come a long way. With it is Brendan Ford. Brendan Ford down the right side, nothing there. Back to Burke behind the cage. Burke over to Minicini as the wind starts to pick up here just a little bit. Minicini hits the turf. Ball on the ground. Out of the scrum, Burke comes up with it, but he's being pressured hard. Burke running around looking for help. He skips it way up to Atwell, who thought about firing a shot, but then thought against it. Olsen with it up top now. That was a great defensive stand there by Regis, as Cherry Creek loves to take advantage off of those odd man situations where, not even where things are uneven, but just kind of non-game-like situations where you have a weird situation. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Let's just say that Henry Olsen has it back behind. Olsen up to Minicini. Minicini has 5:45 left to work with before halftime. Again, we're deadlocked at 1-1 apiece. You're listening or watching Colorado High School 5A Lacrosse on Lacrosse Talk Radio and or the Cherry Creek Sports Network, our simulcast. We love to work together for this one. Love partnering with LTR. With it back behind is Minicini. As Cherry Creek will look to set up a play here. Sets a pick. Minicini looking around. Dishes up top to Olsen. Olsen finds Ford in the middle. Brendan Ford, oh, he just bounced it off the post. That was a nice opportunity there for Ford. Oh, but a nice check there. Regis hits the turf. That was a great ride there from Huntley Barker, who put a Regis Raider on his back. But no harm, no foul, as Regis quickly comes up with it, takes it the other way, and we're now on the Regis end. Ringhofer up to Reed Babcock. Babcock over to Joe Castle. Castle working it around up top. Castle decides to take the middle. Has some space as he sweeps. He finds Babcock, who fires one. Oh, you're not stopping that. Reed Babcock, and that's why he's one of the most effective shooters in the state. Babcock gives Regis its first lead of the day. As you see the replay there. Oh, wow. Reed Babcock just ripped that one. Almost, if I had to bet, broke the top corner of the net. Nah, probably wasn't that hard, but still. An impressive shot there from Babcock. Makes it 2-1 Raiders. The home team. And kind of the underdog in a sense. Although, don't tell a Regis Raider fan that. They are the number 6 team in the state, though. Cherry Creek, the top team. Timeout taken, wisely so, by Coach Jim Soren for the Regis Raiders. We'll go ahead and take a timeout as well. You're listening and watching high school lacrosse here on Lacrosse Talk Radio and the Cherry Creek Sports Network. All right, welcome back to Lou Kellogg Stadium here on the campus of Regis Jesuit High School. Andrew Anadera here with you for this one. Regis Jesuit leading the Bruins right now, 2-1 your score. It wasn't always that way, though. Regis will take it. And we'll go ahead and get back to the game. Yep, there we go. No one wants to see me. They want to see the game. With it is Taylor, who fires one to the right of Chandler Naiman. With it is Babcock. Babcock finds the man on the far side. Works it up top to Breeden. Alec Breeden finds Ringhofer. Jake Ringhofer dodging around. Can't find much there. So he'll instead work it over to Breeden once again. Alec Breeden working above the box, but his pass is going to sail out of bounds. Cherry Creek has done a great job of pressuring them to the point of where they just make a bad pass, does Regis. Cherry Creek will take over. So let's see what the Bruins can do here as they attempt to clear it. They're able to work it up to number 37. That's Chance Hausman. Hausman, you might recognize that name from our basketball broadcast. He's a stud on the court and out here on the lacrosse field too. Coach Bachlet praising Hausman on that nice transition play. Minicini up top to Stein. We're with Terrell. Terrell took the right alley but couldn't find anything. We're over to Burke back behind. Minicini can't find anything, so he has to look for help. Olsen has it here. We'll see what he does with it. Henry Olsen down the right side. Nice pass there. Led to a good shot from Stein, but Stein couldn't put it in. He was trying to curl around the crease. Instead, he sent it wide. One of the harder shots in lacrosse is honestly that one, as you're curling around, especially when you take it sidearm. Sometimes it's the best way to get the best angle there. With it is Stein again. Maurice Stein working on Breeden there. Stein has some space, fires one, and that's going to be Cherry Creek's equalizer with 2:14 left before halftime. Cherry Creek, as you'll see here, Stein was just able to wrap around, find some space, and once Stein gets his hands free, if he's within 10 yards of the goal like you saw there, oh man, is he going to be deadly. Number 8 gets his first of the day. There you see Coach Bachlet for a split second. took over this team, I believe, 2 years ago after longtime head coach Brian Perry. Perry's tenure, I believe, one of the longest in the state, in state's history, maybe the longest. He's right up there with Coach Jim Soren, who is still at Regis and has been there for quite some time. With it is Joe Castle off this ensuing face-off. Castle. So they work it up top to Reezy. Max Reezy. Nothing there. Works it back to Ringhofer. Ringhofer finds the man on the far side. McFadden. McFadden up top to Jake Taylor. Taylor drew a slide for really no apparent reason, although you really can't give Taylor any space. With it is Gregory. Gavin Gregory. Nothing there. So they work it up top through Ringhofer to Will Pater. Pater draws the flag from Wuthrick. Going to be a slash call there. Ball hits the turf. Chandler Naiman picks it up, and we'll try to get that penalty call. Austin! Yeah, we're not going to get that because Austin, he forgets to do that every single time. That's okay, though. We know what it was. It's a Tyler Wuthrick slash. He'll be in for 1 minute. Not locked in, but it'll be an extra man opportunity for Regis Jesuit. We'll see what they can do. With it is Jack Ringhofer. Ringhofer. Nothing there. They work it up top to Babcock. Babcock over to Castle. Cherry Creek in the box and one set, the traditional man down defense, as the Raiders are just trying to work it around. They get it up to Babcock, who fires one wide left. That one had some speed on it. Nothing there. Ringhofer has it. As I'd estimate, we're about halfway through this penalty. Quick passes from Regis. Just look at him go. It ends with Van Duzen, who will start up the quick passing again. This time Babcock bounces one so high that it flies over the netting and almost hit a parent walking to the baseball game. But we're all good. With it is Jake Taylor, who rolls around and is able to sneak it past Chandler Naiman. So Jake Taylor gives Regis the lead once again off the Tyler Wuthrick penalty for Cherry Creek. Nice one there on the replay. Jake Taylor really just rolled around his man, overpowered him. As we have just 28 seconds left before halftime. Again, stay with us for halftime as it looks, unless Cherry Creek can tie things up, Austin Ford will be with Coach Jim Soren of the Regis Jesuit Raiders. We'll need to make sure that our field cam knows to meet up with Austin. Timeout going to be taken on the field. We're going to keep it right here. Regis takes the timeout. They want to talk over the next 19 seconds. We'll keep it right here because I imagine this is going to be a quick one.
Yeah, go find Austin.
So let's just take a minute to acknowledge the long history that these two teams have established in the state. It has been 10 years. 10 years, since 2009, since either Regis Jesuit or Cherry Creek was not in the state championship. In every state championship from 2010 on, Regis Jesuit and or Cherry Creek have been in the state title game. Regis more so than Cherry Creek, but honestly, most of Cherry Creek's state championship wins have come against Regis Jesuit, and that just describes the rivalry that we have here, honestly. You see that many students from Cherry Creek. That is virtually all students, and then, of course, some parents, but virtually all students, especially where it's packed in like sardines. And they're here to enjoy this lacrosse game, and honestly, this great view. Just look at that. That is why we love Colorado lacrosse in the spring right there. Nice shot. Good job, guys. Regis Jesuit and Cherry Creek getting ready.
All right, they're together.
They have 19 seconds to work with. They'll start up top with Reed Babcock. Babcock works it over to Breeden. Breeden has some space, but instead works it back behind. We're now with Ringhofer, back up top to Babcock. Babcock rolling around, fires one into the back of the net. Regis has the biggest lead of the game. 4-2 your score as we have 6 seconds left. Look at that shot there from Reed Babcock. Ringhofer will get credit for the assist. Regis leads 4-2. And they've been playing some tremendous lacrosse today. Certainly bouncing back from what was honestly, I believe, just a gut-wrenching loss to Valor. I mean, that's a team who was, and no disrespect to them, they're a great team and they deserve to be team number 2 in the state. But they were 4A last year, didn't even make it into the 4A semifinals. And Regis goes and loses to them. Really just by 1 goal, a bad quarter. Odd. That was an errant horn there. I'm confused what happened. Jason Neely trying to work things out on the field. He's with Justin Kitashima, 2 of the officials that I know off the top of my head. I don't know the third. I'll try to get you his name so he can get his due. 3 seconds left in the half. Babcock is just going to have to rip it. Neely and Kitashima, you can see them talking there. Babcock is going to try to rip one past Willis once they blow this thing in. Actually, no, right now, Jason Neely. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. Jason Neely is talking to Matt Bachlet. Well, yeah, so he just left Bachlet there. You see Coach wanted some explanation as to what in the world happened there. Aaron Horn went into an inadvertent whistle. It'll be Regis Ball firing one that actually Mac Willis has? Okay. And that's how this half's going to finish. So we're going to go ahead and stick it right here, though, as Coach Soren will be with Austin Ford in just a moment.
Austin, turn on your mic.
Tell him to turn on his mic, yeah. There he goes. He's got it.
Yep.
He's good to go.
Check. It's on.
You're good, you're good.
My life. All right. With,
Tell him to turn toward us.
scores 4-2.
Turn towards us, turn towards us.
Of the game.
Well, I think there's a lot of pros. Teams are playing real hard. They're playing great defense. The goalies are seeing the ball. So it's the kind of game you like to watch. It's a good game to both teams to see where they're at.
And Reed Babcock is your lead.
Dang.
Well, we just got to stay with our offense. We had 8 unforced turnovers the first half. And get our good shots.
We apologize for the sound here. We'll try to get Austin to get us a clear line of sight on this next one. But thanks so much, Austin, for that one. We'll go ahead and take a break here on LTR and CCSN. We'll be back shortly. All right, welcome back here on Lacrosse Talk Radio and the Cherry Creek Sports Network. Austin Ford is going to explain some of the things that Coach Soren said since we were having those technical difficulties. Austin.
So Reed Babcock, the lead scorer of this Regis team, with 2 goals of the game. So he's been an all-star with this game, but what Coach Soren is really wanting the Regis team to improve on are these uncaused turnovers. They've had 6 uncaused turnovers that really have been contributing to the game, and it's been leading to a close game in the first quarter. So they want to improve on that source. But like, they just want team to stick together, just relax, have fun time playing against one of their great rivals, Cherry Creek. But also see how Reed Babcock, Jake Taylor, and also O'Shaughnessy on how they can do and in the second half of the game.
You know, Austin, I want to ask you, from your view at field level, does it seem like Philip Wilds, the goalie for Regis Jesuit, is just standing on his head today? I mean, how impressive has that performance been?
He's having one heck of a game. I mean, making impressive saves. I mean, both teams' goals are doing so well. But
oh, yeah. Chandler Naiman for the Bruins.
Wild's doing impressive, only letting in 2 goals. So we'll see how he'll do in the second half.
All right, well, there you have it. We'll be right back here on LTR and CCSN. All right, everybody, now down to the field where Austin Ford is waiting with Coach Bocklet.
All right, I'm here with Coach Bocklet, the head coach of the Cherry Creek Bruins. Right now, you guys are down 4-2. What do you guys do in the second half? Just try and get in tie with Regis.
I think we got to execute our opportunities. Bury the ball in the back of the net. Their goalie's doing a great job. He's making a lot of saves. I thought we had a chance to get up a couple on him early, but he made some great saves. So I think if we can do what we're doing on offense, but then put the ball in the back of the net, hopefully we can tie this up, maybe take the lead.
All right, thank you, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you. Nice work.
Thank you, Austin Ford, for that one. Austin Ford, our tremendous sideline reporter for both LTR and CCSN. Lucky to have him. He's had quite the day today. Not to mention, you guys, he's also the team manager for boys lacrosse. So he's doing triple duty here for LTR, CCSN, and CCHS. So we're back here at Lou Kellogg Stadium. Not going to play any more commercials because it is time for the second half of this tight one. 4-2 your score. Regis Jesuit leading Cherry Creek, the number 6 team in the state, leading the number 1 team. We're just about to be under the lights here. Castle against Rios once again. Let's see who comes up with it. Ball flicked backwards. Carson Smale will come up with it. Bruins will gain possession. They work it quickly to Wisniewski. Wisniewski finds Rios, who fires one right into the stick of Wild. Ball bouncing around on the ground, though. Castle comes up with it. Regis Jesuit will take it the other way. Here come the Raiders. What can Castle do? He doesn't have any numbers, though, so they'll need to slow it down.
Austin.
Now with it is Ringhofer. Ringhofer. 2 quick passes. We're back up to Breeden. Breeden over to Babcock. We have 11:24 left here. We thank you all for joining us here on the Cherry Creek Sports Network and Lacrosse Talk Radio. Our simulcast hopefully being heard and enjoyed by many of you out there. With it is O'Shaughnessy. Bowden O'Shaughnessy can't find anything. Works it up top to Castle. Castle far side. They're going to work with Babcock over there. Babcock gets some space, able to, oh, he's put on the turf by Carson Smale. Smale might have just even saved a goal because if you give Babcock any space, he'll put it in the back of the net. They work it up top to Castle. Castle dodging once again on Smale. Nothing there for the senior. So they work it over to Reed Babcock. Now with it is O'Shaughnessy on the far side. O'Shaughnessy firing one down the right side. There goes wide right, I should say. Oh, they're going to give that ball to Cherry Creek. So the Bruins will take over possession. Their long poles will take it. Up the field they go. They work it back to Olsen back behind. So now, Cherry Creek with it. Let's see what they can do. They have it with Minicini. He was expected to be the senior leader this year, and honestly, he's lived up to that. Him and Henry Olsen, especially. Now with it is Maury Stein up top. Stein over to Connor Terrell. Terrell down the right side. He has some space to shoot. Rips one! Oh, yeah, that went in. That one was so fast and had so much power, it almost bounced back like it was one of the rebounders. You can see there, bounces out, but that one hit the back of the net. Goal there for the Bruins, and they make it a 4-3 game, courtesy of Connor Terrell. You can't give Terrell that much space. .9:42 left here. We thank you all for joining us on such a beautiful day here in Colorado with the greatest rivalry in the sport of lacrosse. I think I should trademark that. Honestly, even the JV games when I played JV and freshman team, these were some of our best games that we've ever had. Most exciting, most fun, and the closest. With it is Olsen. Olsen has some room, but it's checked out of his stick. Regis is going to actually come up with the ball. Maybe Olsen is able to push him down. Yup, that's going to draw a flag. Push with possession about to be called on Henry Olsen. Regis Jesuit will go man up for 30 seconds. Let's see if we can get that penalty sound. Let's see what the call is from Jason Neely. Yep, push with possession. 30 seconds on Henry Olsen. Being coached up down there by, I believe that was KOB, they call him, Kevin O'Brien. So Regis Jesuit will take it with it. Now is Taylor. Now they work it back up top to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy finds Babcock, who bounces one over to Castle. Castle able to come up with it quickly. These two teams keeping it close. This penalty about to expire. Castle finds Babcock up top. Babcock now back to Castle. Castle puts one in the back of the net. He bounced it past Chandler Naiman, and that's just how it goes sometimes on those extra man opportunities. You can't jump out as quickly as you want to when you're in the box and one, because you have that extra man that you have to watch on defense. And unfortunately for the Bruins, and fortunately for the Raiders, Castle was able to use the extra space, an extra maybe half second that he had, to put it in the back of the net. So your score, 5-3 with 8:52 left here in the third quarter. You're watching Colorado High School Lacrosse on the Cherry Creek Sports Network and listening to it on Lacrosse Talk Radio. Rios comes up with it cleanly. Rios works it down quickly to Burke, and just as quickly as Regis put one in, Cherry Creek gets it back. 5-4 your score. Count it for Aiden Burke and the Bruins. There you see Aiden Burke. He leads the team in goals, and you just saw why. He is right place, right time, and whenever he's honestly within a few yards of the goal, he's burying it. So when he was just on the doorstep there, you know he doesn't just knock. He comes right in. Rios wins it again. Carson Smale comes up with it. Smale running as fast as he can, showing off those wheels. Now gets a touch in the box, works it over to Olsen. Now Smale will get off the field, and they'll send in Terrell. They work it over to Maury Stein. Stein will jog down the right side, now cut back toward the middle. Stein has some room, decided not to pull the trigger. Stein back behind with it. Works it up top to Dante Orlando. Orlando, oh, what a dodge. Got some space. Orlando sweeping, fires one left to the cage. 5-4 your score, 8 minutes left here in the third quarter. Cherry Creek trails Regis by 1. They have the ball. Henry Olsen down low. They work it up top to Dante Orlando, who's able to keep that one from rolling over the midfield line. Orlando working it. Rolls back, finds Terrell. Terrell loves the right side. He's going to take the right alley. Works it toward Olsen. The pass was over Olsen's head. Wilds for Regis. Just sticks his stick up, says thank you very much. We'll take it the other way. With it is Vinny Mata. Mata loses it. And the big hit there is going to prevent Terrell from coming up with it, but one of his fellow Bruins had it for a split second. Jake Taylor will take it the other way. We have a Regis Raider on the turf. Let's see if we can get a number on that one. I can't quite see it at the moment. Charlie Simonton, our field cam, will have the best view. The athletic trainer's running out to him. He's still on the turf. We'll see if we can get it. We know that when things like this happen, it's concerning. He rolled the other way for us. Oh, man. We're trying to see that number as he's down on the turf. Cherry Creek will use this opportunity to get just a slight bit of coaching. Obviously, a terrible sight here. Regis sending a second athletic trainer out. I believe that's possibly.
Say that one more time. 36.
Yeah, that's definitely Vinny Mata, number 36. Yup, the long pole. Vinny Mata able to get up. Walks off with just a little bit of help there from Alec Breeden.
Stay on him, Chloe. Stay on him.
We'll follow Mata here as he walks off the field a little gingerly. So Regis will start with the ball on their end line, or on their sideline, excuse me, the far sideline that is. We'll go ahead and get back over there. Jake Taylor coming up with it. Taylor's going to actually let number 35, Max Reezy, take it. Regis leads by 1 with 7:07 left in the third. Let's see what Ringhofer can do from behind. Jack Ringhofer directs some traffic. Feeds it up to 21. That was Gavin Gregory. Gregory cross crease feed. They're going to call Will Pater for a crease violation. We're going to send it the other way with the Bruins. They're all the way up at midfield already. Quick clear there, and it was almost too quick as Burke couldn't save the ball from rolling out of bounds off the errant pass. So here comes Regis. They'll work the clear. They get it to Babcock. Babcock being trailed by Burke, but he's able to get it across to Castle. Joe Castle finds Reed Babcock up top. Babcock over to Castle once again. They're back behind with Ringhofer. Ringhofer will look to get a pick. Nothing there. But Ringhofer will take it himself. Has a little bit of green. Rolls back. Has some space. Fires one. Naaman had that covered all the way. Ball rolls out of bounds. And it'll go to Cherry Creek. Those are the kind of hustle plays that Coach Matt Bocklett loves to see. Naaman will start with it on the clear. Works it over to his long pole. As the Bruins will clear. Yeah, they threw it away there off that one. So Will Pater comes up with it, gives it over to Alec Breeden. Breeden takes it down the far side. Sorry, we're trying to control that sun glare as best we can. Might help if we zoom in just a little. We'll see. I'm sure that the sun glare is not, as much as we hate it, those players must hate it even more. Far side, shot no good, saved by Naaman. That was Joe Castle with it. Zoom out. With it is Tyler Wuthrick. Wuthrick, nothing there. So he dishes across to Olsen. Olsen! Shot bounces around the front of the crease. Minicini will come up with it. Minicini over to Huntley Barker. Barker. Oh, and that pass to Minicini will fly out of bounds. So let's go ahead and get Jacob to zoom out back where he was, honestly. Like zoom out a little more. No, more. Zoom in way more. Yeah, like right there. And then Chloe will charge you up and get you ready for the fourth. Cherry Creek going to take over possession here as Regis couldn't get it across in time. So here come the Bruins. Aiden Burke with it. Burke from behind. He's able to draw a flag. Oh, no. That's going to be on Cherry Creek, I believe.
Number 4 for a cross check. That's a 1-minute penalty. Regis goes into a man for 1 minute.
Yep, illegal cross check going to be called on Nick Ibrahim, the senior midfielder, going to get put in the box for 1 minute. So Regis Jesuit will be up until 3:19. 3:19 is when they'll release. Oh, well, when Creek will release. So here comes Regis. They have been pretty good on the EMO today. Ringhofer has it. They work it over to Castle. Now up top to Babcock. Babcock finds O'Shaughnessy, who finds Van Duzen. They're working it around quickly. Castle with it. He finds Babcock, who, yeah, you can't give Babcock that much space. Babcock makes this a 6-4 game off the EMO. Reed Babcock gets what has to be his 3rd or 4th of the day. I wish I was keeping track for you. But that'll make it a 6-4 game. Taking the face off now will be Max Henninger. He's 5-12 at the X this year. Henninger working on Rios. Off the face-off, Rios wins it to Smale once again. That's been the story of this game. Cherry Creek down by 2 with 3:48 left here in the 3rd quarter. With it is Minicini. Minicini decides to take it toward the right side of the field. Now he'll slow things down, wait for his buddies Terrell and Orlando to get on. Orlando finds Maurice Stein. Stein up top to Orlando as the Bruins are working it around. Orlando has it. Gonna take it. Down the left side, rolling around, nothing there. So Orlando now will fire one as he rolled back toward the middle. Wild was able to get a piece of that one. Maurice Stein worked it up top to Connor Terrell. Terrell down the right alley. Back behind to Burke, but that pass is going to be intercepted, I believe. Minicini comes up with it. He has numbers if he wants to use them, but he'll slow things down. Probably wisely so. It was a pretty unsettled situation there. Stein is going to take it back behind the cage. Stein looking around. He skips it up top to Olsen. Olsen, though, can't handle the pass. Too high for Olsen on that one. Regis Jesuit will take possession. Oh, yeah, they do, and Wilds has it back behind. Regis will need to clear it fairly quick here. The timer is counting them down. Castle gets it across midfield, and they're going to make it with plenty of time. Joe Castle gets the touch in the box, and Regis Jesuit will have a nice possession here to work with. Let's see what they do with it. They work it up to Babcock. Babcock rolling around with it up top. Now the long pass down. They work it over to Ringhofer. Ringhofer over to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy is going to dodge from the side. Work it back to Ringhofer. Van Duzen finds Castle up top. Joe Castle working on Hausman. Castle skip pass down to Ringhofer at GLE, who fires one that goes right past Naaman and the goal. Van Duzen will take it in. Van Duzen over to Ringhofer on the far side. Ringhofer fires another shot that bounces wide of the cage. Backup goes to Regis.
Correction, Jack Rainhofer.
That ball's going to be intercepted by Chance Hausman. So Cherry Creek able to get the cause turnover. Tell Jacob to zoom out a little bit. Just since the sun's down now, you can zoom back out. Now that the sun's down a little bit, we're going to zoom out for you and give you a wider picture of the field. We just didn't like that sun glare originally. With it is Dante Orlando. Orlando for the Bruins. Works it to Aiden Burke back behind. Burke, far side. Bruins taking their time, trying to find the best look. Terrell coming in from up top. Orlando has it, and Orlando works it to Terrell. Terrell finds Olsen on the far side. Now we're up top, back with Orlando. Near side now with Maury Stein. What can Orlando do up top with it? Dante Orlando fakes the middle, now takes the right alley, rolls back, up top to Olsen now. Olsen finds Minicini. Minicini puts it wide right. And that's how this third quarter is going to finish. Your score at the end of 3, Regis Jesuit 6, Cherry Creek 4. We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll be back with the fourth quarter of action here on Lacrosse Talk Radio and the Cherry Creek Sports Network. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring it back right now. I know we weren't done with those commercials just yet, but the players are ready. Rios facing off against, I believe that was Castle. Yep. Ball bouncing around. Regis Jesuit will finally get possession of it. They work it up top to Castle. Joe Castle finds Jake Taylor, who puts it in the back of the net. Only 13 seconds into this new quarter. Regis Jesuit up 7-4 now. Cherry Creek has to be careful. This thing could get away from them quickly here. It's not away from them just yet. Jake Taylor with the goal there. We have 11:47 left here in quarter number 4. Your score 7-4, Regis Jesuit, the 6th-ranked Raiders, leading the top-ranked Cherry Creek Bruins here just after the beginning of quarter number 4. Rios and Castle once again. No, excuse me, that was not Castle. But Rios wins it anyway. Taking it down the right alley is Carson Smale. Works it back behind. They'll work it around. Can't find much of anything, so they'll work it back up top to Maury Stein. Stein finds, nope, he's going to roll around and take the left side, jog down the left alley. Now change of speed a little bit. Attack goal just for a second there. Finds Olsen, who has some space. Henry Olsen answers for Cherry Creek. The Bruins make it a 7-5 game now, and just as quickly as Regis scores, Cherry Creek always has had an answer in this game, and that is why, folks, we're in for quite the finish here in the last 11 minutes. We're not even a full 60 seconds into this new quarter, and Jake Taylor and Henry Olson have gotten their teams on the board here already. 7-5 your score. Regis Jesuit still leads the Bruins of Cherry Creek. Rios still in for the Bruins. Luke Rios battling with Joe Castle down there. But Castle's going to win this one. Castle works it up to 27. That's Thomas Benedict, the LSM. Benedict works it to Castle, who will just stay put right around the 40-yard line and wait for his man to get in. We're up top with, I know you can't necessarily see it right now, but there we are. Now we're with Reed Babcock. Babcock over to number 7. That's O'Shaughnessy. Ball on the turf, and you can just watch this scrum as it happens. Liam Johnson decided not to go for it on that far side for the Bruins because he knew that if it rolled out of bounds, it would be Bruins ball. Here they go. With it is Wuthrick. Wuthrick is actually just going to run all the way up with it. Regis isn't going to attempt to ride him. Maury Stein has it now. Stein facing a 2-goal deficit with 10-10 remaining in the ball game. The top-ranked Bruins looking for anything. The wraparound shot from Burke rolls out of bounds. Henry Olson will take possession. Olson with it, passes it in now to Burke. Burke. Nothing there. He's trying hard on Mata there, but there was nothing there. So they work it up top to Orlando, who fires a shot right into the stick of Philip Wilds. He's come up big today. Lots of big saves for the senior keeper. Entered today with a 54.5% save percentage. Not bad for a senior leader. Regis ball now, though. With it is Will Pater. Pater's pass gets batted down by Hausman. He's so tall that he's done that twice today. Timeout taken by Regis Jesuit. We'll go ahead and take a timeout as well. We'll be back with the remainder of the game in just a moment. All right, welcome back here. Regis Jesuit leads Cherry Creek 7-5 your score. We have 9:05 left in the fourth quarter. Up top, we're with O'Shaughnessy for the Raiders. Reed Babcock has it now. Babcock has a lot of space. He's going to put one easily past Chandler Naiman. And the Raiders push their lead 8-5. It was just Reed Babcock taking the right side. He found a whole lot of green to work with, and he was able to rip one top cheddar right past Chandler Naiman. There you see Reed Babcock running off the field to a whole lot of applause, and rightfully so, because I believe that's got to be his 4th or 5th goal of the day. I mean, Reed Babcock has come up huge for the Raiders against the Bruins. We have 8:55 left here. The top-ranked Cherry Creek Bruins look to be in a little bit of trouble here against the 6th-ranked Raiders. Luke Rios against Castle. Ball on the turf. Looked like Breeden was about to come up with it, but now I actually think Smale does. Carson Smale wins the ground ball battle, and he's going to take it in. Just a tad. Now we have Huntley Barker with it up top. Huntley Barker. He's going to wait for Atwell to come in. Now he passes to Atwell, and we'll see. Atwell finds Brendan Ford. Ford now down low to Olsen. Burke on the far side at GLE. Now Minicini has it. Bruins working it around. They work it around the horn once. Now Ford will take it himself, work it back behind to Burke. Bruins set a pick. Minicini puts one in the back of the net. He just bounced that one past Philip Wild off a nice sweep. Minicini, you can see there, got a little bit of space, got his hands free, and was able to let it rip. 8-6 your score now. A tight one here from Lou Kellogg Field. We have 7 minutes and 58 seconds left in this ball game. We thank you all for joining us on whatever medium you may be listening or watching on. Here we go on the face-off. Rios thought he had it, but Castle then thought he had it. Rios is the one who's going to end up with it. Rios finds Maury Stein on the far side. No, excuse me, that's Minicini. Gabe Minicini now passes to Maury Stein up top above the box. Above the restraining line is Maury Stein. Down low to Minicini. Back up to Stein as we await whatever the Bruins have set up for us. Dante Orlando waltzes down the right alley, now passes back behind to Aiden Burke. Now we're right around the restraining line with Minicini. Minicini finds Olsen. Olsen fakes to his right, now takes the middle. Sweeping across the middle, Olsen has some space, feeds the crease, and Connor Terrell puts it in the back of the net. Just like that, it's a one-goal game, ladies and gentlemen. Olsen with the feed right in there to Terrell, and Terrell gets on the board for the first time today. 8-7 your score. 7:08 left in the ball game. A beautiful night here from Lou Kellogg Stadium, and we are in for a treat of a finish as you see the face-off men getting set. They know that as this game gets later and the score gets closer, face-offs are oh so important. The possession battle is one that can come up big. Regis Jesuit is going to come up with this possession. They need to get it across now. They work it over to Alec Breeden. Breeden has a lot of men on him working around, but he's able to feed it over to Babcock. Babcock brings it back behind GLE. From behind the cage, Babcock is just rolling around, able to beat one man. He now draws the lawn pole with Rick. Pass to Castle. Castle shoots it, but that one went well wide. With it is Jake Taylor. Taylor rolling around, able to feed back behind. Then they feed Babcock on the crease with a behind-the-back shot. Reed Babcock makes it a two-goal game. There you go with that behind-the-back shot, Reed Babcock. They've been looking, both teams have been looking for a behind-the-back score today. Babcock able to get the first one. That one got the Regis Jesuit crowd fired up and, dare I say, silenced the Cherry Creek faithful on the far side.
Alex Rubin on the near side.
Just at the fourth quarter break, it was the Raiders who were, or excuse me, it was the Bruin fans who were actually cheering, "I believe that we will win." Maybe a little premature, but the Bruins are certainly still in this thing. Down only 2 goals, 6:15 left. With it is Henninger. Henninger takes the shot, but Chandler Naiman doesn't care and fields it easily. Naiman, the senior goalkeeper for Cherry Creek, entered today with a 52.9 save percentage. On the clear, they successfully get it up to Maury Stein. Stein beats his man, now feeds to Terrell. Terrell to Olsen. Olsen to Minicini. Minicini finds Olsen now. Olsen takes it behind GLE. He wants to dodge from X. Olsen has a little bit of space, feeds the crease to Terrell. That's how they scored last time, but this time Terrell, the pass was a little too high for him. Now as the Bruins will reset. Olsen has it up top. Feeds it down back behind to Maury Stein. Stein feeds it into Burke. The cutting Burke. His shot just went wide right. Back up goes to Cherry Creek. We have 5:12 left in this ball game. We'll see what the Bruins can do. They work it up top. Dante Orlando fires one right into the stick of Philip Wilds. And Orlando got his bell rung just a little bit on that one. Raiders will take it across midfield. Timeout going to be called by Jim Soren. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout as well here on LTR and CCSN. We'll be back shortly. And we're back here on LTR and CCSN. These two teams took a short timeout break. Now they're coming back onto the field. It's the Regis Jesuit Raiders with a 2-goal lead, 9-7 your score. And honestly, you can see from our perch up here, we're enjoying life. This is a great lacrosse game on a great night here in Colorado, and we're in for a great finish. So here we go. Regis, Joe Castle with it. Castle. Regis just kind of bounces it around up top between 2 players. Babcock has it, works it down low. We're now with Ringhofer back behind at X. Ringhofer almost beat his man, but didn't quite get past him. As they're just working around up top now. O'Shaughnessy now on this near side. O'Shaughnessy quickly drew another slide, so he was forced to retreat. Finds Joe Castle. Joe Castle goes from the left side to the right. Quickly passes it back behind. Now we're with Ringhofer. And the Regis Jesuit Raiders are told they must keep it in. So we'll see. Ringhofer with it now. Ringhofer being pressured heavily. Trying to get past his man. Finds Joe Castle now to escape some pressure. This is different from a time-on situation. Right now, Regis Jesuit just has to keep it in the box. We'll see if they remember to do that. That's always the hard part. Jake Taylor with it now, curling around on the crease, and he bounced it, I believe, off the crossbar, or maybe that was Chandler Naiman. Ball rolling around. They're trying to push him out of the box. Wise play there by the Bruins, but it doesn't matter because they come up with the ball. With it is Wuthrick. Wuthrick has the breakaway. Tyler Wuthrick puts it in the back of the net and draws the foul. Count it for Tyler Wuthrick, and we'll get the penalty in just a second. The long pole getting it done for the Bruins and bringing us within one. This is insane right now. Man, oh man, we have 3:15 left here in this ball game, and right now it's Regis Jesuit leading by 1 goal. 9-8 your score, and 3:15 left. Man, this is a treat on LTR and CCSN tonight. And my producer just realized it is going to be an extra man opportunity. The flag was not waved off. Reed Babcock is going to be in the box. I don't know the length of time. If I had to guess, it was just a 30-second technical, but we'll find out in 30 seconds. Cherry Creek comes up with the ball now. And Coach Matt Bocklet is going to take a timeout. He was not happy about something, but his entire team's going to run over and congratulate Wuthrick. What a play there. I was just talking to him today. He came into the broadcast room, chatted it up a little bit with us, and he was saying that he believes that Cherry Creek has not played a truly full, lacrosse game, if you know what I mean. They haven't played a full 48 minutes, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That they have played good in spurts, but they haven't really shown their full potential yet. What a good time it would be to show your full potential. We have 3 minutes and 5 seconds left as the Bruins and Raiders are locked into another instant classic. Cherry Creek will have possession when we come back. There you see the Bruins getting pumped up. They know how big of a win this would be. They're the #1 team in the state and a loss to team number 6. Shockingly, in this current 5A classification, it wouldn't do much to you because the top teams are all mixed up. We haven't had a #1 stay #1 for more than 2 weeks. We started the year with Regis Jesuit at #1. They're the defending champs, you guys. They went out, had a 1-goal win over Columbine that they just snuck by in overtime. Went out to California, lost 2 straight to La Costa Canyon and Torrey Pines. And then they just fell off the map. Arapahoe went to #1. Grandview then beat Arapahoe a few nights ago, so that's why Cherry Creek is up here at #1. And they are currently trailing Regis Jesuit. So craziness, pandemonium at the top of the 5A standings. We're back in action here. Cherry Creek will have a man-up opportunity for just a few more seconds. They work it up top to Orlando. Orlando, far side now to Burke. Burke over to Stein. Stein working on it. With it is Dante Orlando again. Orlando finds Olsen. Olsen down low to, that's Stein actually up top. Now the shot fired and into the back of the net. Dante Orlando from 15 yards out. And Cherry Creek has tied it up at 9 goals apiece. That student section is fired up. The Cherry Creek faithful know how big that goal from Dante Orlando was. 9-9 your score, 2:25 left.
Nick Lippert and Thomas Kennedy on the wing. Good pass there.
2:25 left here in quarter number 4. You better not close that YouTube app, close the tab, or anything. All 100 of you better stick with us for this finish, and you better tell all your friends because this is coming down to the wire, and you know it. Bruins have the ball. 2:08 to work with. They're going to try to clear it. Naaman has it now. Naaman. Oh, ill-advised pass there. Oh, what are you doing, Chandler Naaman? Now Ringhofer has it. Ringhofer is going to, luckily, not go to goal for the Bruins. That would have been a bad way for Regis to retake the lead. Oh, wow, but a nice trail check allows Cherry Creek to retake possession. Wutherick has it. He's going to fire it all the way up to number 21. That's Carson Smale. Smale finds Stein, who finds Orlando. Now we have a breakaway situation. Orlando. Ball hits the turf as they try to feed it inside the crease. Somebody's going to get called for the push. Procedure actually going to be called against Regis, so it'll be Cherry Creek ball coming up. 90 seconds left in this ball game. We're tied at 9-9. Oh my goodness. You guys are in for a treat on CCSN today. With it is Dante Orlando. He scored the equalizer just moments ago. Orlando back behind to Burke. Burke now far side. Oh no, the pass flew over Minicini's head. It's going to be Regis Jesuit ball with 63 seconds left. Oh my goodness. Regis Jesuit could take it over here and take the lead back in what would be a lethal situation. But first, they have to clear it, something they've struggled with just a little bit today, but seriously against Valor last week. With it is Castle. Castle gets it across the midfield stripe. Gets the touch in the restraining box. And now, or past the restraining line, excuse me. And now they'll work it into the box, get it to Ringhofer down below. They'll slow things down. We have 43 seconds left. Next goal would be a game winner, you would think. With it is Bo O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy bouncing around. 31 seconds left. O'Shaughnessy taking it down the right side. Nothing there. So we roll up top. Babcock passes it over. The shot saved by Chandler Naaman. Cherry Creek has 15 seconds to go. Naaman has to get rid of it quickly. Oh, and he threw it away. Oh, Chandler Naaman just gave Regis Jesuit a big opportunity here, but let's see. No, they're going to say that Coach Bachlet called the timeout before Chandler Naaman threw it away. Coach Bachlet just saved his team. Timeout Cherry Creek. We're going to keep it right here.
He has 3. He's dead. She's dead.
Why can't we plug him in?
Okay, well, where's the charger?
We have the charger, you guys. It should have been... You guys... All right, welcome back here. Sorry, we couldn't get our commercials to work there on the LTR side of things. That's our bad. 9 seconds left in the ball game. Cherry Creek and Regis Jesuit all tied up at 9, oddly enough. 9's on the board. Cherry Creek will have the ball. They'll need to get it clear across. So ball's going to start all the way back. Yep, there we go. Whoa. And Wutherick is going to throw it all the way up. It's intercepted by Regis. They're going to take it the other way. They get it to Jake Taylor. No, they don't. Taylor can't handle it. Cherry Creek comes up with the ball. We're headed to extra lacrosse, everybody. Stay with us here on LTR and CCSN. For now, we're going to take our final break of the day. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back here to overtime lacrosse from Lou Kellogg Stadium. We're tied at 9. Our scoreboard says 4th. We're going to get that into overtime. Wow, on the board they put 40 minutes. That's not right. I believe overtime rules are 4 minutes. And it's sudden death, you guys, or I guess I'm supposed to call it sudden victory. So first goal wins. First goal wins, so that's why this opening face-off is going to be huge. Oh, we can't add a 4th? Can you add 5th period? So here we are in overtime. 4 minutes to decide the winner of this one. Cherry Creek and Regis Jesuit, they've battled out to overtime finishes before. 2 years ago, it was Asher Nolting scoring the overtime winner. Carson Smale gets it. Coach Buckler will call the timeout. We'll keep it right here, and this is how overtime goes, you guys. 1 timeout each, I believe. Oh, no, that's not good. The scoreboard is malfunctioning just a little bit. Looks like they got it back, though, so 3:52 left on the clock. If Cherry Creek can score here, they will win this game. We thank you all for joining us here on LTR and CCSN. Man, I need to catch my breath just a little bit. This one has taken a lot of wind out of me. That's what good lacrosse games do. So Cherry Creek will have possession. Coach Bucklet will draw something up as these teams will try to figure out who will win this ballgame. Will it be Cherry Creek improving to 8-0, undefeated over midway through the season? Or will it be Regis Jesuit avenging their late loss to Valor last week? We don't know. We're about to find out. Again, all tied at 9, 3:52 left in the overtime period. We're still in the middle of the Cherry Creek timeout, although they are taking the field right now. Ben, we're live, right?
Yeah. 123 is our count.
We thank you all for joining us here on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. Taking it in is Minesini. Minesini finds Terrell. Terrell finds Dante Orlando. Orlando back to Minesini, but the pass bounces off Minesini's stick. Regis Jesuit is going to get possession. Expect them to call a timeout as soon as they get it clear, unless they talked about this exact situation during Cherry Creek's timeout. We'll see. They get it to Babcock. Babcock gets it up to number 24. That's Lippert, and here is Coach Soren's timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it right here. Not much more to talk about, so we'll just leave you with the sights and sounds out here.
125. Is this our most watched broadcast?
On Slate. On the audio, it's on the website that they have. So we'll find out at the end how many listen.
Well, then we can probably analytics and some total everybody.
Yes, we can. All right, welcome back here to Lou Kellogg Stadium. I'm about to lose my voice as these two teams are battling it out in overtime. Cherry Creek just threw away their first possession in overtime. Minesini couldn't handle a hot pass from Terrell. Bounced out of his stick. Regis Jesuit got possession, got it across the midfield stripe, called timeout. And now you're all caught up, guys. 3:23 left in this first overtime period. We'll see. Babcock has it now. Reed Babcock with it. Defended by Mac Willis. Babcock over to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy finds Ringhofer behind. High pass, but Ringhofer's able to corral it. Back to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy finds Babcock up top. Babcock finds Castle. Castle going to sweep the middle of the field. Find Babcock. Babcock's going to take the right side. Ringhofer now down low. Ringhofer works it to McFadden. McFadden gets his pass intercepted by Hausman. Ball rolling around on the turf. Castle comes up with it, though. Oh, but it's going to be Cherry Creek ball. They're going to take it the other way. Moving pick called against the Regis Jesuit Raiders. Wuthrick is going to take it across. Cherry Creek stays onside. That's huge. They work it to Olsen. Wuthrick gets back. They're going to get Terrell on the field. Olsen has it now. We have 2:30 left in overtime number 1. Next goal wins. Orlando with Terrell. Terrell has Maury Stein behind. He finds Maury Stein. Stein now from his position at X behind the cage. Gets a little bit of a pick from Olsen. Now Olsen has the ball off the roll. Olsen up top to Orlando. Fires one, game winner! Dante Orlando wins it for Cherry Creek! And the Bruins remain undefeated. They come to Lou Kellogg Stadium, and the fans are storming the field tonight. You're not going to keep them off the turf after this one. Dante Orlando, the hero for Cherry Creek. And my, oh my, can they celebrate this one back in Greenwood Village. So just like that, it's the Bruins getting a 10-9 win over Regis Jesuit. Regis falls to 3-4. They are under 500 for the first time midway through the season in recent memory, possibly in the last 10 years at least. Cherry Creek, on the other hand,